All right. We are recording 3, 2, 1. Hello. This is David Mamano on the Gonzo Experience. Thank you so much for sharing your heartbeats with us today. Massively appreciate it. I know there's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of content, so I'm always so grateful when you share your time with me. And today it's going to be really worth it. I have a great entrepreneurial woman on the show today. She reminds me a lot of myself because she's done a lot of different businesses, likes to run a lot of new water through her gills. And my guest today is Aimee Cruz. Aimee, welcome to the Gonzo Experience.
Thank you, Dave.
So happy to have you on the show. We connected on LinkedIn and through a mutual friend, Ashley Fico. We just found out that that's how we were connected, all the way from Rochester, New York to San Diego. So really, really appreciate you reaching out. And really, I'll say this. You wished me happy birthday on LinkedIn, and I said thank you. And then I just said, you know what, you look really impressive from a business perspective and just a human perspective. I want to have you on the show. Bam, here we are. So little did you know that.
Have a good birthday?
I had a great birthday. I had a great birthday. I feel great, and I feel I still feel I'm in my 20s. I have like massive energy, and I'm grateful. So I always enjoy my birthday. Although you almost have to set aside the day, right, between all the Facebook messages, all the LinkedIn messages, all the text, the phone calls, the emails. And I'm the type of guy that I want to say thank you to as many people as I can, but it's getting tougher and tougher, especially with Facebook.
I'm really glad I decided to send the happy birthday note.
Yeah, you were early on. I think that's why I was able to I think you hit me before the onslaught. So that's why. But and I had somebody drop out. So I was like, want to be on like pretty soon? And you're like, yes, let's do it. So excellent. So Aimee, I'm going to read your bio, and then we're going to dig deep to learn a little bit more about you. And I want to hear about your journey. So Aimee Cruz is a serial entrepreneur who grew up in corporate America. She is an accomplished businesswoman spending time in various management and leadership positions. Her experience includes a decade with Deloitte & Touche, time with the venture-backed tech startup, as well as founding Moms on Maternity and co-founding Vita Kombucha and Aimee Stories. Her most recent founding is Valle Guadalupe Baja. How was that for my accent? Was that good? Not bad. All right. Not bad for a gringo from New York. Her specialties include talent management, business strategy, marketing, branding, and process optimization. She went to University of California, San Diego. She loves being a mom as well as finding adventures and grounding through fitness. I love adventures and fitness as well. I had, I think the only thing that keeps me sane, there's two things: fitness and sleep. Like when I'm totally like stressed out about to lose my mind, I either work out and or get a good night's sleep. And then I'm like, all right, reset. Yeah. Let's do this again. Otherwise,
we are definitely very similar, wired the same way.
Yeah, I would be in the loony bin without some good adventure and exercise. So, so Aimee, you were a corporate person, probably had a great job at Deloitte & Touche, making good bucks. You probably could have been secure for the rest of your life. But what happened was there kind of like this inner calling for you to take a leap into the adventure of entrepreneurship?
Yeah, I always, eventually you have to make the jump, and it's always hard to make the jump, especially when you have a really awesome job. But it got so strong for me that, I knew, to do it younger was going to be more advantageous, and just made that decision to take the jump.
Very cool. What was your first business? What was the first jump?
So that was Moms on Maternity, which I actually started while I was at Deloitte. I was on maternity leave with my second son. Started out as a networking organization for kind of career ambitious, managerial, executive women who were working in corporate jobs and had babies. And so, from there, just had a lot of fun with it. I was having some really good success and decided I wanted to try to grow it. And I couldn't do that while serving my Deloitte clients at the same time. If I do something, I want to do it really well. And that, on top of that, I really want to be a mom that I'm proud of. Like, I need to be a good mom. That's important to me. So got to pick. And so took on Moms on Maternity full time. And then COVID happened, which, I know that's a lot of our stories as entrepreneurs. It was an event business, and led me to some really exciting pivots and journeys along the way.
Yeah. So the revenue model people would pay a membership fee to be in Moms and Maternity.
It wasn't membership model, it was a sponsors as well as event tickets.
Okay.
Sales. That was the revenue model. Prior to COVID, I did get into the beverage business. So it was at that time, I did want to take on a sort of easier revenue model with a proven beverage business. Moms and Maternity's revenue model, it was going to be quite a ramp to get to the large number of events we needed to do to be a highly profitable company. So took on another business in the beverage space. But again, with COVID hitting, just my partner and I, co-founder, wanted to take a strategically different direction. So I had him buy me back out of that one.
Yeah. Yep. So mom, but you're still Moms on Maternity is still around. Are you going to like relaunch it as?
Yeah. So Moms on Maternity is still around. It pivoted into a little bit of a media company. We did not hold any more events. We spent time writing a book. We are about to launch our first book and are launching our sister website that's called the Tummy Time Club by Moms on Maternity early next year. So Moms on Maternity still is around, and hopefully we'll have some great growth into the future.
Very cool. So another company you have is Aimee Stories. Tell me about that.
Aimee Stories saw the opportunity during COVID. Now, the networking events, the in-person face-to-face meetings were going away, and we were all online so much. And Aimee Stories decided to bring to market the idea of having professional journalists interview executives and business owners on what they do, why they do it, how they do it, and mix it into a well-done video that they could then cut up and use on LinkedIn, use on their social media, use on their website. Really, instead of people just putting out white papers, now it's them putting their face on it, their spin on it, and then linking to maybe the more detailed version of their thought leadership. So Aimee Stories is a video company focused on helping executives share their personal brand via video.
Okay, interesting. So you're busy because we still haven't talked about your new core business now. But how many kids do you have?
Two
kids. How old are they?
2 boys, 4 and 7.
4 and 7. So you're busy. And we talked before, you're a single mom and you are running businesses. Is that, I mean,
I'm divorced. So my ex-husband's, very active with our boys. So, I have support. But yeah, the days that they're with me, I really, that's my first priority. Absolutely.
Yeah, very well. I was thinking like with the first business you started with the Moms on Maternity, obviously, family, kids, very important to you, right? And then running businesses and how do you feel like part of what you guys do in that networking is you try to help moms that have kids, very busy with that and run businesses, try to just navigate all the juggling to be effective in all areas of your life. Is that something you guys focus on, something you could share with some of our listeners?
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. The main thing was not being afraid to actually go back to work after having a baby. I think a lot of us have that moment of fear of like, can I do this? You've never been a mom, now you're a mom. And so it's that moment. So to show other women, yes, you can, we're doing it too. Here's others who have done it and done it well. Thank goodness that there are great family support members, nannies, different, we hired nannies when our babies were little and they were amazing. The taking ownership for your career, kind of, being able to have that space in your career where you can get your work done at a high quality, but also, not miss the soccer game or the karate drop off, and figuring out how to manage through all that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I know. I mean, it's, I in my networking group, when we had Avanti going and, COVID upset that as well. We had about 100 members and about 70 of them were women entrepreneurs, and it just kind of happened naturally. And it was great. And I don't mean this to sound sexist at all, but because I was always in awe of the women entrepreneurs, because as much as us, men, that we can try to be a great dad and a great husband and be very involved and a lot of us are, but man, there's nothing like the mother. I don't know what it is. Like, you guys just end up doing a little bit more. I don't, and the fact that, balancing, especially when the kids are younger, I think they tend to want their mommy a little bit more. And the fact that you guys are able to, be great moms and run businesses at the same time. It was just, I always had just a little bit more respect for female entrepreneurs, if that makes sense,
Well, and I think one of my secret sauces is, and I thank Deloitte for this, is just really, you have to have a strong team and strong partners, and you have to make sure the people you're working with, that they can execute for you. And so, I mean, if you're going to be the doer, the executor, the technical person in the business, which I'm not necessarily that person anymore. I mean, that's probably one thing where you do need to juggle your schedule a little bit more, because you're actually the one doing a lot of the work, trading your time for your salary. But if you're actually kind of have more of the vision part and can really build a team, it kind of frees you up a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's great. So now we want to get on to your most recent business, Valle Guadalupe Baja, which sounds really fun to say. What is it? What does it do? And how does it bring you joy?
Yeah. So I live in San Diego. I've been here since I was a freshman in college, and I had not spent much time in Mexico, right here, right in our backyard, our front, right across the border. And after COVID, I actually started spending some more time down there, and a friend who had a house down there, and kind of reacquainted myself with the area. And there's so much growth, and it's so beautiful, and the culture. And why hop on an airplane and go to Hawaii when I can hop in my own car, drive an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes to the most amazing place? And so, I noticed a lot of growth and investment, specifically in Valle de Guadalupe, which is Mexico's wine country. The architecture out there is stunning. The fields, the way the land is just set up, the valley, the road, the way they've planned the area. And there's a lot of international capital going in, building these anywhere from a tiny kind of mom and pop boutique bed and breakfast to a little bit of a more larger hotel. It's, anything you want in the region. It's very quiet. It's very peaceful. It's very much full of culture. But there wasn't a website that aggregated this region where you could see all the choices, all the experiences, all the wineries. You'd have to go to like 35 websites to figure out what to do in Valle de Guadalupe. And most of them are in Spanish. So we took everything, put it in English, all on one site where you could literally figure out how to drive there, how to get comfortable driving there, how to do it right, how to pick a winery, how to pick a hotel, which restaurants, see everything. And then, really working on bringing the wines up into California here, importing and hopefully exporting kombucha, which was part of like the message is, I spent time at the kombucha company with Pedro, learned the beverage industry, and realized these stunning restaurants, world-class chefs down there. They do have an amazing beverage selection, but there's actually not too many non-alcoholic beverage choices. And the United States is seeing the non-alcoholic boom. So if we could export non-alcoholic kind of spirits down there and bring their wine here, it'd be a win-win for everyone.
Excellent. So you're kind of like a very specialized travel agency for that area, it sounds like.
Yeah, we have. We're setting. I have 2 team members that work in Mexico that have been focused on building our relationships with the owners of the properties down there, and getting our YouTube channel going, all about food and wine of Baja. And then really do you want a romance package? Are you looking for an adventure package? Are you looking for a big group celebration? Like, what do you want? Here's how you do it in Baja. Very
cool. So what's the revenue model? Do you, when somebody books a room or whatever they do down there, you get a percentage of that? Is that what that is?
We are a full service agency model. We book the entire reservation set for them. If they want a driver, if they want a day trip, if they want excursions. So we are an agency. They book the whole excursion package, customized to them. We make all their reservations, give them their itinerary, and then it's all inclusive for them per that itinerary.
Excellent. And so when did this start? It's relatively new?
It is relatively new. I mean, we've been working on it for a while, my team and I, but we just started meeting face to face with the owners of the properties November last month.
Okay, very cool. Very cool. So we hope, we're sitting here in December, and the the Omicron variant is coming now, and it's like,
Mhm.
and you're in California, I'm in New York, which are probably the two states that,
Right.
if there's a hint of variant, floating across the Atlantic, they're lockdown city. So, how is Mexico with all this? I mean, is that a place to escape and like, throw the mask off and like
They
live?
follow a lot of they follow the same protocols that we follow here in the States. I mean, everything that you do here in terms of walking into the restaurant, using the hand sanitizer, they were doing temperature checks, masking. But it is hit or miss. It's just really based on the ownership of that. Some restaurants are much less into that, like really robust process. Some are more so. So.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. So very cool. So what is the big picture dream with this? I mean, is this going to be like your big one business that you're going to super hyper focus
Well,
on?
I mean, no, so this one has the most energy behind it. I have the biggest team on this one. I think one of my biggest lessons learned is to build the team before you launch. I mean, this is my third, actually technically fourth startup now. So you figure it out how to do it better and better every time. This is the one that's had the most traction right off the bat. And a lot of that is just because of bringing on headcount. And the vision is to become the #1 global exporter of Valle de Guadalupe wine.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, and what type of wines do they have?
It's a special grape.
Yeah.
But it's a very special region. A lot of them are small batch providers. So the wines are pricier. But because of just this unique, I mean, I've been to Napa, I've been to Sonoma, I've been to Santa Barbara, I've been to Temecula. There's nothing, this region is different.
Yeah.
It has like something special. And if we can make others feel what I feel and many feel when they go there through the YouTube channel, that will allow us to really bring this like feeling and desire to try the wines globally.
Right. Oh, excellent. Well, you're making me want to go there and have some wine.
Well, you should come down. It'd be fun. Bring Ashley. I told Ashley to come.
Yeah.
We can talk about setting up one of her quests down there.
Well, us Rochesterians here in the Northeast, upstate New York, we certainly would like to be in Mexico, I think in February. So
yeah, it's so nice. And it's what's crazy about it is I actually never drove my own car. I would always walk across the border, take a taxi, but I started driving my own car and it's like the best thing. I can't believe it took me till this age to do that as long as I've been here. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's only what, an hour and a half?
To Valle de Guadalupe. I mean, to Rosarito's shorter, like 40 minutes, 45.
Yeah. Wow. Excellent. So, you have, being a serial entrepreneur, a lot of listeners to this show are really trying to find some advice and nuggets on how they could grow their business. What's some advice you can give to an entrepreneur trying to scale their business to the next level? Have there been times that you were stuck and didn't know how you were going to get to that next level, and you pushed through and made it, or just any nuggets that our listeners can take?
I will say none of this probably would be possible without this Nick Ware. He leads all of my IT for me. I met Nick when I worked at that venture-backed startup. So I was at Deloitte forever. And then I decided to leave and go to a venture-backed startup. And then we ran out of money. And I went back to Deloitte. So it was a great experience. I was only out of Deloitte for 13 months. But at that time, I met someone named Nick Ware, who was incredibly super smart. I met a lot of amazing people, but he was very technical and very strategic. So we kind of didn't talk for years and years and years and years. And then I get a phone call that he was planning a reunion for the startup out of the blue a few years ago. And I was sat there because I was about at the point where I'm like, I'm having so many technical challenges. This company I'm working with, I don't know if they're actually super technical because I just don't know because I can't read through it. And I don't want to get ripped off. So I was like, Nick, I need you to lead all this for me. And he has been, without him, I don't know that I'd be able to have continued to launch and do everything with as much peace of mind and so successfully.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, so find somebody that can balance out your, because you have your strengths, and find somebody to balance out where you need some help.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yep. Excellent. If you were to recommend a book to help an entrepreneur grow to the next level, I'm putting you in the spot a little bit. What, any favorite books out there that really helped you?
I'm trying to blank on the name. I mean, there's so many books. I mean, the one that I think that I read over and over again since I was a little kid, because my dad had it, was How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Dale Carnegie. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But then the one book that I actually loved was, why am I trying to blank on the name? But the guy, the biggest takeaway in the book was like, every day, this is my secret to like how I run my life. Every day, decide before you go to bed or the first thing in the morning, what's the one thing you're going to do that day and get it done.
Yeah.
And then you feel accomplished and you feel successful. And then if you get that done, you get more done. But as long as you got that one thing done, you're continuing to move forward, and you made sure it was the right thing. So it was the most important thing.
Yeah. So focus, right? Have like one priority for the day and just nail it.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, like, I live by my calendar. I mean, if it's not on the calendar, it probably isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
What about you?
No.
What do you share as yours?
No, I agree. I mean, Cameron Harold, a friend of mine, says, if you have more than 3 priorities in one day, you have none.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And for me, if I ever feel like I really do have like 3 really big priorities in one day, I decide to do none and I go for a run. Because if you can't decide what to do, you need to clear your head.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. You need to clear your head and have a good night's sleep. Exercise is always the cure. And I know
that's probably my biggest challenge is like do you make it to the gym that day or get your run in, or do you finish like the deadline that you're working on?
Right. Yeah. Go to the gym. Go for the run. The deadline will always be there, right?
I know.
Excellent. Well, Aimee, this has been super fantastic. Totally appreciate your time, and I wish you continued success. You're doing some great things, and I'm excited. Oh, I was going to say too, people want to get in touch with you personally, and if they want to learn more about Via Guadalupe Baja, where do they go for all this stuff?
I mean, viaguadalupebaja.com, and I can be reached at Aimee at viaguadalupebaja.com.
Okay. And I'll spell that for everybody. All right. How's that sound? So it's VALLE. It's Via. You're saying Via, but it's like
Valle, like valley. It's
Valle. Yeah. Guadalupe. You can spell Guadalupe. Learn, look it up on Google, and then Baja, BAJA. So, or if you want to be connected with Aimee to learn more, send me an email, david@davidmamato.com. I'll give you a personal connection. She's very nice. She'll wish you a happy birthday. And very, very upbeat and friendly. And
you're so sweet. This has been so nice. I want to definitely have you on my show. I think you would have a lot of cool things to share as well. Are you a dad?
I am a dad. I have 3 kids. One just started college, which I can't believe is 18. I have a daughter who is in 11th grade, and I have a little one who just turned 11 the day after my birthday.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You would share an incredible perspective with my audience then. So
all right. Yep.
Definitely going to happen.
Bring it. I'm ready. Okay. All right, Aimee.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thank you everybody for listening and or watching too. Watching the Gonzo Experience. Appreciate again you sharing heartbeats with me. Have a great day and make sure to stay awesome.
Bye.